ones, all the grade ones, where are you? Here we are, how do you do? It's your teacher Anauncieta. Welcome to EasyElimu, Learning Simplified. Young pupils, we have been here, we've talked a lot. We started with the numbers, we went to addition, we went to subtraction. Now we are on the second strand where we are talking about measurement. When you hear the word measure, what comes in your mind? When someone tells you measure, what comes in your mind? Measuring is to find a number that represents size of anything. Just to find a number that represents the size of anything. If I'm told, what is the length from here to here? My work is to find out whether I'll use a ruler, I'll use a pencil, I'll use a rubber. It is up to me to find out the distance between those two places. If I'm asked, how many cups fill this jug? My work is to find out how many cups will fill the jug. Are they 2? Are they 3? Are they 5? So when you talk about the number that represents the size of anything, that is measurement. And in measurement, we are going to deal with so many things. We'll talk about the length. Who can tell me what is length? Can tell me what is length? Length is a distance between two places. For example, I'm talking about the size of the table. This size of the table is the length. So the distance from this end to that end is the length of that blackboard. The distance from this end to this end is the size of this rack. So when you talk about length, it's the distance from one end to the other end. And when you hear measurement, there are words that are commonly used. Do you remember our vocabulary corner in subtraction? There are so many words we created in the subtraction corner. In the measurement corner, there are words that we'll be hearing more often. The word like less, more, long, short, heavy, light. Those are the words that will determine how long something is, how short something is, how tall something is, how heavy or how light something is. Now, in our topic today, we want to talk about longer than. From the word long, what comes in your mind when you write the word long? What comes in your mind? Let me see. If I write my word long, this one comes in my mind. Long. What does this mean? It means the distance horizontally, the distance of something in a horizontal manner. Are we together? When I talk about long, it is the distance in a horizontal manner. Compared to when I talk about tall. Look at the word tall and see. When I talk about tall, what comes in your mind? When I talk about tall, what comes in your mind? Tall means upward direction. So things that are standing in the vertical manner are the ones you refer to as tall. Is the teacher tall or long? Do we say teacher is tall or long? Someone? The teacher is tall. You don't say the teacher is long. But when I put this ruler like this, will I say the ruler is long or tall? How is the ruler? Is the ruler long or tall? The ruler is long. So when you hear the word long, always refer in the horizontal manner. And when you hear the word tall, it is the vertical manner. So when you talk about longer than, I told you, do you remember when we were referring to more than? These are more than and these are less than. What did we say about the words that end with an ER? These words in English, they have a specific name. And we talk about long when I'm only referring to the first one. But when I reach to the second one, where I'm now comparing two things. When you see the word ER, the word has an ER, longer, shorter, smaller. It refers to two things. It is a comparison between two things. I cannot say, this pen is longer than, but I can say, these blocks are longer than the pair of scissors. Are we together? when I look at this, I'll say these blocks are longer than the pair of scissors. Can you see? Because I have two items in my hand. And we said, when you hear the one that has an EST, that is the last one, will always be accompanied by the word the longest. But for longer, it has than. It is between this and this. It's either this or this. This table and this chair. Which one is longer? The table is longer than the chair. So look at our table today. We have books. We have blocks. We have glue sticks. We have sticks. We have straws. Are you seeing them? We have spoons, pens, erasers. Now, you have been told to compare. We are all here on the second word, longer. So the word that accompanies longer is than. So let us delete all these others so that we just remain with longer than. And when you hear the word long, we always refer to the horizontal things. So look at this. Let's compare our things. We are talking about longer than. Look at our table. If I compare this stick and the straw, what can you say about the stick and the straw? What can you say about the stick and the straw? Someone to give me a sentence between the stick and the straw. What can you say? Teacher, the stick is longer than the straw. And you can see the stick is longer than the straw. Now, I forgot to tell you something. There are rules that govern measurement. Rules that will always help you to have accurate answers when you're doing measurement. And these are some of the rules. When you're doing this measurement topic, make sure you choose the correct things to use. Don't just pick anything. Depending on the distance you want to cover, depending on what you want to measure, make sure you choose the correct thing for measurement. I want to measure the length of this blackboard from here to the far end. Then I go and choose an eraser. We are looking at time, we are looking at accuracy. If I choose an eraser, how long will I take to measure this size from here? And will I be so accurate when I'm measuring? No, it will take forever. But when I choose this stick and I want to do the measurement of this blackboard, let's see how long I will take. 2, 3, 4, 5. I've taken less than a second. Why? Because I chose the correct type of material to use when measuring. Something else to correct is line up tools correctly. Don't start in the middle. I want the distance from here to the far end. Then I come and start from here. 1, 2. Have I done the correct thing? And I'm looking at the distance from the farthest end. And then I start from here. Teacher, I just followed the line you drew. Did I say you measured the line or you were measuring the blackboard? We were measuring the blackboard. So make sure you don't start in the middle. Start at the farthest end. Another rule, do not overlap. Don't measure here. Then you have reached here. Instead of drawing an arc here to show that this is where you reach, you come and start from here. Will I get the correct measurement? Will I get the accurate answer? No. Why? Because I overlapped my things. Measure end to end. Don't measure from the middle, then you reach somewhere here and you stop there. Measure end to end. End to end. That is what length is. We are measuring an object or a thing from end to end. So if you put those in mind, you will be very accurate during your measurement. So when we compare the stick and the straw, we realize that the stick is longer than the straw. Let's compare this book and the glue stick. The book and the glue stick. Someone make a sentence using the book and the glue stick. We are talking about the book is longer than the glue stick. The book is longer than the glue stick. Now, I have placed all my items here. There is the straw, there is the pencil, there is the pen, there is the glue stick. Then someone says, which one is longer? You will pick the longer ones and put them aside. Are you seeing the longer ones? Are you seeing the longer ones? You cannot compare these blocks and the glue stick. Are we together? So look at the work on the board. Look at the work on the board. Now we have a ruler. Look at the ruler and look at the rope. Let's compare this ruler and the rope. Who can tell me something using the word longer than? A sentence using the word longer than. A sentence using the word longer than. We are talking about the rope is longer than the ruler. Is it true? No, teacher. Why? The ruler looks longer. Oh, nice. So what will you say? We will say the ruler. Let me write ruler in a different color so that you know what exactly I mean. So we are saying the ruler is longer. I write long and leave it like that. Should I write long and leave it like that? No. I write longer and add the word than because I am comparing two things, the ruler and the rope. So I will say longer than the rope. Are we together? That is how my sentence will be. Now, let's compare the size of the pencil and the eraser. What can you say about these two things? Yes, Janet. The pencil is longer than the eraser. The pencil is longer than the eraser. Now, we are on the last question. Our last question, we are comparing the stick and the straw. Someone give me a nice sentence about the stick and the straw. I am waiting. Why are you hiding? I'm seeing you. Why are you hiding? Okay, John, give us a sentence. What can you say about the two? John says the straw is longer than the stick. Is John correct? Yes. Give John a very big clap because he was hiding before I called him. So we are saying the straw is longer than the stick. And remember, if you forget the word than, your answer automatically becomes wrong. Why? I said in English, longer, the word that ends with ER. They used to compare two things. And when you're talking about two things and you miss out the word than, just know that your answer is not correct. So we are talking about longer than. And you have said things that are long can be measured using the sticks, the straws, the scissors, the blocks, and the glue sticks or the pens. Up to there. Who still has a problem? This is something you just look and see. Is this long? Is this short? And if I mean long, how is it compared to the other one? That is why I'm using the word longer than. And remember what we have said when you're doing measurement. It was nice having you around. I wish you all the best.